Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. My name is Rachel. We are on day 3 of our 1 month of yoga, so thank you so much for choosing to be here yet again today. We're going to be creating some strength through our entire body today. Find some space to move. Let's get started, and just remember to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a thing. Thank you. So let's begin today by finding just a nice comfy seat. Whatever that looks like for you, you can find your way there. We're going to start off today by just finding our breath, slowing things down a little bit. So I want you to just let your eyes close whenever you're comfortable to do so. Resting your hands maybe on your knees or in your lap, and let's take a nice big breath here. Inhale. And exhale. And starting to just breathe however feels right for you. Maybe actively slowing down the breath. And as you slow down your breath, maybe you can just let go of your day at the same time. Just put all those lovely thoughts that are on your mind off to the side for a moment. Focus on those nice inhales, bringing air into the body, and nice exhales, letting it all go. As you start to settle in a little bit more, see if you can just lengthen your spine ever so slightly. Nice tall posture here. And we're just going to stay here for 3 more breaths. Relaxing through your shoulders. Maybe finding stillness throughout the body. And take 1 more inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to open up your eyes. We're going to come forward onto our hands and knees. So just bring your hands down in front, spreading your fingers nice and wide. Bring your knees right underneath your hips. We're going to warm up with a little cat and cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, your chin. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Push into your hands. Bring your chin to your collarbone. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Finding the breath. Inhale as you come back to a nice flat back. We're going to tuck our toes underneath and lift on up into downward facing dog. So take a second here. Make sure your fingers are still spread out nice and wide. Your feet are about hip width apart, and we can take our dog for a little walk. Just waking up those legs a little bit, pedaling the feet. So you can bend one knee and straighten the other. Let your head be nice and heavy. Think about softening your shoulders. So instead of having your shoulders over top of your wrists, let's see if we can push them back towards the bottom of the mat. So you might need to have your knees nice and bent to find some movement through those shoulders, but that's all good. I'd rather see your shoulders pushing back than you have straight legs. Awesome job, you guys. Take 1 more breath here in your down dog. Inhale. And exhale. Use an inhale. Start to look between your hands. Exhale. Let's walk our feet all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale. Lifting your upper body halfway. Your hands can find your shins. Looking for a nice flat back here. So lift that chest a little bit. You can shift your gaze forward, stick your butt out, get a nice hamstring stretch while we're here, and take 1 more breath in. Exhale, let's fold forward. Feel free to have nice bent knees. Inhale. We're lifting halfway again. Bring that chest up. Think about flattening the back. Exhale, folding forward. One more time. Inhale, half lift. And exhale as you fold. Bend your knees and inhale all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, look up, and exhale your hands through heart center, down to your sides, and roll the shoulders back and down. Take your palms, face them forwards, and spread the fingers nice and wide. So wide that you're stretching your hands. Using an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, let's fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your mat and step your left foot all the way back. So you might be walking the foot back. You might take one big step, but find a lunge. And then we're going to drop our back knee down onto the mat, sinking into those hips. Maybe you can find a nice stretch for that left hip flexor. So your hands can stay on the mat, or you can start to lift them, placing them on your knee maybe. Lifting that chest. Chest is nice and proud. Again, you can always have your hands down on the floor. We're sinking into those hips. So I still have my back toes tucked under. You can untuck those toes, relax a little bit, or you can keep those toes tucked under. Maybe you want to lift your back knee off of the mat, off the floor, the ground, and really start to create strength through that back leg and that front leg. Even your core has to work here to keep you balanced, to keep you nice and centered, nice and grounded. So we're going to take this one step further. If you want to add your arms, you can use an inhale and sweep your arms all the way above your head, maybe even looking up. We're going to take just one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, find the ground with your hands. Take an inhale, start to look forwards. Exhale, we're going to bring our back foot to the top of our mat. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale your hands through heart center, down to your sides. Roll those shoulders back. Palms are going to face forward. Spread those fingers wide. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or walk that right foot all the way back. We're all going to lower that back knee to start and sink into the hips. I want you to find that hip flexor stretch, the top of that right quad, before we go any further. So your hands can stay on the floor the whole time. Even your back knee can stay down. Find what feels right for you and where you want to be for a few breaths. And you can always move. You know, you can pull back, you can go further. Whatever your little heart desires. So if you're coming with me though, I'm going to have my hands on my knee to start, and then I'm going to lift my back knee off of the mat just to fire up the legs a little bit here. You can stay in the lunge wherever you are, or if you want to come for crescent lunge, you can add your arms. Reach up, maybe look up, breathing wherever you are. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale, drop your hands down with control. Inhale, look forward if you can. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up, and exhale. Hands coming through heart center to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, we're going to plant our hands and walk our feet all the way to the back of the mat into a plank. So you can stay in a full plank with your knees off the mat. Please do if you practice planks. But if you're new to planks, you can bring your knees to the ground. You can even find your forearms whenever your wrists start to talk to you. When we're doing a lot of things that require us to be on our hands, you can always be on your forearms. So we're going to stay here for just one more inhale in our plank. And using an exhale, we're going to start to lower our chest and lower the body. Hug your elbows into your sides the whole way down. And once you get there, untuck your feet, find the top, or untuck your toes, find the top of your feet, and use an inhale and start to lift the chest. Roll your shoulders back and down. Hug your elbows into your sides for a cobra. So you can stay down here. You can come a little higher, but let the thighs, the legs, the hips, everything just rest on the mat. And then roll those shoulders back and down. Let's take another inhale, cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes and start to lift or push yourself back into downward facing dog. We're going to bring our feet together. Use an inhale and lift your right foot up into the air. As you exhale, we're going to pull the right knee towards the chest and bring that foot all the way to the top of the mat. So if you need to help that right foot get there, help it get there. Set up your lunge. And we're going to drop the back heel down. So keep the knee lifted, but place the heel down onto the mat. And then we're going to start to lift the upper body for warrior one. So we're just going to take a second here, unless you do warrior one all the time. Get right into it. But if you're new, we want to take that left hip and pull it forward so your belly button is shining to the front of the room. You got to bend through that front knee and the back leg is straight and strong. All right, let's draw the belly button in towards the spine and add our arms. Warrior one. Beautiful, you guys. Relaxing the shoulders from the ears. Spreading your fingertips nice and wide. Feeling a little heat building in those shoulders perhaps. And so strong through those legs. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Spin that back heel up so you're on the ball of the foot. And let's step back into our plank. Into our plank, not here long. So you can stay on the feet or you can drop to the knees. But take one more inhale. Exhale. You want to exhale as you lower. Hug your elbows into your sides. Drop the chest. Find the top of the feet. Inhale. Lift your chest. Cobra. Pull the shoulders down from the ears. Exhale. Tuck the toes and push back into downward facing dog. Our feet are going to come together. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale, we're sending it through between the hands. Drop your back heel down and then start to lift the upper body. So you can take a second to adjust your stance and you want to try and shine the belly button straight forward. Maybe you've just got a little bend in that front knee. Maybe that knee is really bent. But if you're new, just a little bend is good. Think about squaring the hips forward, belly button shining forward. And then you can add your arms, fire up those shoulders, settle in. Make sure you're breathing. Woohoo. Our first yoga for strength practice, toning, getting stronger throughout the entire body today. So good. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands to the mat. Spin the back heel up. Stepping back into your plank. You know, you can skip this. You can go into child's pose. You can drop to your knees. You can push back into downward dog. But if you want to lower down to your mat, our chaturanga, we're going to start to lower. So exhale. Hug the elbows in. So your chest might come all the way down. It might stop halfway, chaturanga. Switch to the top of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Cobra or up dog. Up dog, you lift your legs and you're just on the top of your feet. Very similar to cobra. Take another inhale. And exhale. Let's push it back into downward facing dog. Awesome, you guys. So you can stay here in down dog or come down into child's pose. So we all know what child's pose is. Bring your knees out wide. Rest your forehead. Slow down your breath. Alrighty, if you need a bit more time here in child's pose, please take it. We're gonna meet back in down dog, so if you're already there, awesome. Use an inhale, start to look between your hands. Exhale, walk, step, or maybe you want to jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up. Exhale, your hands through heart center to your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, let's fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands. Now you can go straight to down dog, child's pose, or come into a plank from your knees or your toes. One more inhale if you're in plank. Exhale, lower, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra, legs on the ground or up dog, legs lifted. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet are gonna come together. Using an inhale, lift your right foot up. Exhale, we're sending that foot to the top of the mat. Drop your back heel and use an inhale to lift on up. Warrior 2. So a little different than Warrior 1. The belly button is gonna shine to the left. Our hips are open towards the left side as well. Same similarities, same things. The front knee's bent, the back leg is straight, but turn your back foot a little bit more. So Warrior 1, our toes were kind of pointing forward to help bring that left hip forward, but now they can go straight out to the side. Warrior 2, arms. One reaches out in front, one reaches out behind, and then you can look forwards if that feels good on the neck. So strengthening, getting so strong through that lower body, getting strong through the core, squeeze that belly button back towards your spine, and also strengthening the shoulders and the arms because we have to hold them out. So let's wake up the fingertips. Let's breathe, sinking into that front knee. So good, so strong. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, big cartwheel. Bring your hands all the way to the floor. Spin the back heel up and step your front foot back. And we're going to go into downward facing dog. Anyone with discomfort in those wrists, maybe you want to find your forearms. Dolphin. Not a break, that's for sure, but a nice break for the wrists. A lot of work, a lot of strength for those shoulders though. So when you're ready, we're gonna bring our feet back together. Use an inhale, send the left foot up. Exhale, bring that foot forwards. Drop your back heel and lift on up into your Warrior 2. Adjust your feet, adjust your stance, your lunge, sinking into that front knee. So this Warrior 2, while we're nice and strong, we're warriors in this pose, it's also a nice hip opener. If you can sink a little low into that lunge, into that front knee. So breathe. Relax the shoulders from the ears. If you find that you're really reaching forwards, see if you can pull the shoulders back so they're stacking right over top of those hips. Keep the weight evenly distributed between the legs. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, bringing your hands all the way to the floor. Step back into your downward facing dog. Breathe. Let's take one more inhale. And exhale. Our knees are coming all the way down to the mat. You can sit on your heels. Maybe stay here. Maybe you want your forehead to come down. But just take this time to slow down your breath. So definitely stay where you are a little longer if you need it, if you'd like to. We're going to have a seat though. We're going to bring our legs out in front, but keep the knees bent so you can hang on to the back of your legs. And we're just going to sit a little taller. So instead of rounding, collapsing through that spine, I want you to think about creating length. Chest is proud. So we're just going to lean back a little bit, even though we're keeping that nice long spine, and just bring a lot of the weight out of the feet. The toes might never leave the ground. That is completely fine. You can still get an awesome core workout with your feet down on the ground. So squeeze the belly button in. Keeping the length through the spine is enough work as it is, but maybe those feet do want to float. Maybe you even want to let go of your legs. Boat pose. It can be as hard as you make it. But again, if you're feeling a lot of work here, so am I. All good. That's completely normal. Just squeeze that core. Nice job, you guys. Just another 2 breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And an exhale. Bring the feet down. Let the soles of the feet come together and your knees fall out wide. Just a little forward fold if you want it. Or sitting nice and tall, but releasing those hip flexors from that boat pose. And if you're folding forward, use an inhale to lift yourself up. You can bring your knees back together, maybe do a little wiggle side to side. We're going to come down all the way onto our back. So roll on down. We'll reach our arms out to either side and let our knees fall over to the left for a twist. So you might be able to stack your knees on top of one another. Your knees might come all the way to the floor, but they also might not come all the way to the floor. You might be up here, and that's okay too. If you do have something that you could stick under your knee, we're not going to be here too long, so don't worry about going to get anything right now. But for future reference, if you've got a little cushion that you like to put under your knees, you can always use something. So with an inhale, we'll start to bring the knees back up and we'll switch sides. Let them both fall over to that right side. Just releasing that low back. Slowing down the breath here. And with an inhale, you can bring your knees back up. Bring the hips to the middle of the mat. And just start to extend your legs out nice and long. Spreading your feet out wide. You can take your arms and rest them at your sides, flipping the palms to face up. Shavasana, our final relaxation. And starting to let go of all that effort you were putting into your breath. Letting your body be nice and heavy on the mat. And just relaxing as much as you can here. Letting your eyes stay closed. And I do encourage you to stay here for as long as you can. But have a great rest of your day, whatever your day is looking like. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. So awesome practice. Until we meet again, namaste.